Hey YouTube, what's up and welcome back to Black's Gaming, and today we are playing Sword Art Online Fractured Daydream, and today I will be providing you all the ultimate beginner's guide on Leafa. Now before we get into today's video, if you haven't already done so, be sure to hit that bell notification, hit that like button, and share this video around as it helps the channel grow. And with that being said, let's hop into today's video. Sword Art Online Fractured Daydream is the newest entry into the Sword Art Online games catalog, and with it having a focus on multiplayer co-op and raid quests, the developers have really honed in on the roles aspect that most multiplayer-centric games have. While there are a number of roles each character specializes in, Leafa plays a support character. I'll quickly go over Leafa's abilities and then proceed to discuss them in depth. The first ability Leafa has is Flying Gust. This is an ability where Leafa slashes upward and leaps into the air. A very positive note regarding this ability is that when you use this ability, it recovers a portion of your flight gauge. This is very important as Leafa does more damage while in the air as part of her passive that comes with her. This ability also does wind damage, and so it's important to keep that element in mind as the game allows you to see what raid bosses are weak against and most resistant to. Leafa's second ability is Fighting Blade. This ability allows Leafa to perform a sword skill combo. I find it to be a great practice to perform a basic combo ending with a heavy, then branching into the Fighting Blade combo as a finisher. It's great for dealing damage with Leafa and has a greater output while in mid-air. Leafa's third ability is Healing Wind. Healing Wind is an AoE healing ability, and when used, it not only heals a portion of Leafa's health, but it also heals allies' health and continues to recover HP for a set amount of time. This ability is vital, especially for raid battles, where a lot of players are gathered usually at the foot of the boss. I in particular find this ability really useful, especially when you and your team get to the portion of a match, especially in the first area where you have to do the terminals. It's a good spot to pull off Healing Wind, especially because the enemies go up to like level 26 and they kind of rise up a little bit, so that's a great spot, especially for using Healing Wind. It's really effective. Leafa's fourth ability is Speedaholic. This ability allows Leafa to hover without using any of her flight gauge. Another great aspect of this ability is that it provides a movement boost while hovering. It makes for great escapes and in general just traversing the landscape. And I often found this to be actually one of my favorite abilities of Leafa because it allowed me to basically just fly around and do tons of damage while floating around, really hovering, and it was honestly really fun. I want to say that the flying for Leafa is actually probably my favorite thing to do. I love all the characters that have weapons and like guns and whatnot, but for me personally, Leafa flying around kind of reminded me of Lost Song, and I think this time around Dimps, you know, this is their first time doing flying characters in SAO, you know, because Fatal Bullet, it was all just boots on the ground. I think they did a really good job with Leafa with blending the shooting aspect with the melee combat and the flying around and whatnot. I think they did a really good job, so it turned out to be one of my favorite abilities. You know, definitely a good ability to use just to keep your flight gauge up and also just to do good damage and to hover around and basically stay off the ground too, so you can avoid ground attacks from enemies. So very handy ability. Leafa's final ability is Tyrant's Hurricane. With this ultimate skill, Leafa unleashes a massive tornado at a targeted area. The tornado will damage and pull enemies towards it, outputting wind damage. This ability is also great for trying to get the final hit on a boss, as it does damage consistently. There's also one of my more favorite abilities that I really liked because it basically just lets you summon this giant tornado and it does a bunch of damage, and it's honestly just really fun to pull off. So I think that they did a really good job on each character have a very satisfying ultimate ability. In conclusion, Leafa is a satisfying support character to play as. I think that she feels balanced in terms of the damage output when airborne and while on the ground. She has great abilities that all work together to keep the team alive, keep the flight gauge up, and tackle enemies. Each ability, in my opinion, I believe speaks to her character from the series, and the team did a great job. Overall, Leafa definitely excels, and I recommend giving her a try and ranking her up a bit. And with all that being said, I do hope you all enjoyed this guide video. If you haven't already done so, be sure to like, subscribe, and share this video around as it helps to support the channel and helps to get through the YouTube algorithm. And I will catch you all in the next SAO Fractured Daydream video. And don't forget to be cool and stay awesome, everybody. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Until then, have a good one, everyone. Woohoo!